Hello, Aries. I hope you're doing well today. I'm going to have you take a deep breath with me and in and out. Thank you. Okay. We're going to start with a oracle card or two from the When My Soul Whispered Oracle deck. And then we're going to move on to a card from the Faceted Garden Oracle, and then go to quick past, present, future from the regular Rider-Waite Tarot. I hope your Sunday is treating you well whenever you are watching this. Okay. Belong. And that's the only one you have from this deck. So let's get to it. Belong. Growth is painful. Change is painful. But nothing is as painful as staying stuck somewhere you don't belong. Now is the perfect time to seek out the company of those who share similar beliefs and ideals with your own. If your current circle is not supportive of what you are striving towards, it may be necessary to limit the amount of time you spend with these people and seek out others who will support you and your endeavors. Humans tend to mimic the attitudes and behaviors of the people they are surrounded by. If you desire to make change in your life, you should begin by looking at those around you to determine whether these individuals reflect the person you desire to be. If you find that they hold competing goals or values, it may be time to seek out those to whom you feel a greater sense of alignment. When you find a tribe where you truly belong, you will allow yourself to flourish. My light. Tribe, community, kin, collaborate. My shadow. Defer, oppose, disconnect, disassociate. My sacred words. I become increasingly like those with whom I keep company. With this in mind, I choose wisely. Connected to the base chakra. Living in a group and eating in clusters, the sparrow chooses to remain with its kin in order to protect itself against predators. In order to thrive, humans must also be a part of a group that shares a common purpose. It is a post the lunar partial eclipse that would have represented for many of us, or it does represent, but it affects many of us and our lives in the aspect of stripping away that which does not serve our life. There was a solar eclipse beforehand. Take the top one. There was a solar eclipse beforehand, and with the lunar eclipse, take that one. It kind of is like what shadow aspects of your life will be stripped away, and like final tests within that aspect of your life to show your human ego kind of choice in what you desire to keep in your life and what you desire, or how you are following your intuition and the life plan in letting go what is not for you. Okay. So we have here terrarium, weather, and fountain. Terrarium. Contained and composed. An environment of limitations balanced with refinement. Preciousness may indicate an underlying need for firm boundaries. Weather. Shifting circumstances, stormy conditions turn to rainbows and back to churning seas. An exercise in maintaining composure through tumultuous change. I feel that's connecting to needing boundaries and kind of like how people learn their opinions over time and people adjust their opinions by like learning new information, like, oh, actually, I don't agree with this, or I've learned that my opinion is not in the way that I thought it would be, or I thought it was previously when I was younger, or when, I was in a different situation. And adding those boundaries based off of new gathered information, as well as it's like your experiences change how you perceive things. And so if your new perception causes a need for a new boundary or a new opinion, setting that up in a proper way in order to both respect others but also respect yourself. Fountain. Cooling elixir, a state of flowing energy, grounding and refreshing. The discovery of a gift that provides sustenance for your journey. And there may be a brand new identification of learning what's for your future and the future aspects of your journey, instead of attempting to repeat what used to work for your journey. Because sometimes, something worked in the past because it was for the past self, not for your present or future. All right. And now we're going to go into past, present, future. Let's see what we have for you. Ooh. Past, the sun, illumination, yes. If there is a yes answer or yes or no kind of question, the answer to your question is yes, at least in the near past. Also, the sun represents Leo in the zodiac. An amount of just joy, innocence. I'm getting like if you were in a depressed state for a while. If you were in a depressed state for a while, maybe you had a time period of coming out of that depression. Okay. In this present time, it's the Six of Wands. So there's an aspect of celebration, of winning, of success. There's something that you are succeeding in. So there's like this also a completion of something. So there may have been something that you completed in your life, and you it has brought you success, some sort of amount of celebration or success, or just coming home with a victory. In the near future, though, I see there's an aspect of conflict and like arguments within somebody, your dynamic with somebody. It could be an earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. A more feminine energy, somebody that is independent, somebody that is able to nurture and take care of a lot of material things. They are abundant. Their ways may be seeming to be a bit stagnant, because it's like if they have a system, they stick to that system a lot of times because they know it works. I'm getting that type of energy, especially from this specific Queen of Wands, or wow, I said Queen of Wands, now Queen of Pentacles. But there may be some sort of, it's like arguments, but it's not to hurt anyone. As you see in this card, it's like everybody has their wands up, and they're fighting, and there's chaos, but there's a lot of perspectives. Everybody also has a different outfit on. They're all coming from a different background, different perspectives, and nobody's really there to hurt anyone. They're just there to like make their side known. So there may be an aspect of either you or somebody else trying to make their perspective known, and not in a dynamic that they want to actually cause any damage or hurt, but there's arguments and conflict because of the need to be heard. And so it's seeming to be connected to this Queen of Pentacles. So it may be something about material abundance, that if somebody has a different perspective on the best way to be an abundant person, or just an abundant person may be coming to you, or you are an abundant person and showing this perspective to somebody else. Just a lot of conflict and trying to make their side heard. But I'm seeing further on within this, there's basically just a lot of, it's just not working out. Maybe somebody's turning their back to something. Maybe somebody saw potential in something and no longer sees that the potential is not coming to fruition. The ships aren't coming in. Or just somebody simply turning their back to a situation that used to have potential. And maybe something where there was a lot of investments taken place within this dynamic. But it's like somebody's taking a step back. Maybe it's you. I'm getting that it's you are taking a step back and looking at all the investments placed into this and saying, like, oh, is it worth it to put anything more into this? Followed up with the Eight of Pentacles, it almost feels like a contemplating, is it worth it? And then deciding it's not worth it and I'm not going to. So there may be a situation in the future, in the near future, where you are seeing that something does not have the follow through to the potential you may have seen, and stepping back, seeing that you don't want to put any more effort into it, and then choosing to stop working on that. A lot of it could be surrounding material goods, material abundance, with an underlying of passion, because there are a lot of wands here. So it's like that passionate energy, that creativity. It could be starting with that, but also be connected to actual abundance and actual material goods, and just seeing that that's whatever it is not going to work out, and it's not going to follow through in the way that potentially you may have hoped to. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. But you are still moving forward in the best way possible for your divine plan. And sometimes that means saying no to something. That means letting something that you may have invested in or feel like you put a lot of investment in, and letting it be an investment of the past, because there's something grander coming for you in the future that you may need to redirect your attention and invest into that instead. And it might be, I got annoying. It might be annoying, but there's still an aspect of like needing to embrace that sometimes things just don't work out. And sometimes it's just smarter to get to the point of not investing anymore than trying to invest more and make something work when it won't. Take what's yours and leave the rest behind. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.